InvestView is an emerging leader in the financial technology sector. By leveraging the latest innovations in technology for financial education, services, and interactive tools, InvestView's family of subsidiaries focus on delivering products that serve individuals around the world. InvestView companies are forging a path for individuals to take advantage of financial and technical innovations. For you, for your family, for your future. InvestView. Invest in you.
Welcome back. It's a terrific Tuesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming to you live as we do every single day, Monday to Friday, noon to 2 Eastern, from the Question Tequila Studios. Today, as I may have mentioned in the earlier segment with Senator Jim DeMint, we also have a special gift came down today from the Vesica Vodka Company, courtesy of Adam Weiss and Company. And we go from Iran to Senator Jim DeMint, and we bring it right back to the streets, the real people who know where the rubber meets the road. And joining us again on Liquid Lunch is Michelle Esquenazi. I call her the bail bond queen. But Michelle, thanks for coming down. There is this crazy new wave rolling across the nation of cashless bail, eliminating certain crimes. This has got to be bad for business for the bail bond queen.
Well, I mean, it's definitely bad for business for the bail bond queen. It's bad for Empire. It's bad for New York, but it's also bad, nationally. I mean, you're talking about the unknowing mothers, the soccer moms, the grandparents, the religious people. You see the way that they're attacking the Orthodox in New York. I mean, it's just all the soft targets, LGBTQ, tourists, the people that walk around taking pictures in the Empire State Building.
Yep.
If I was a recidivist, I'm definitely hitting them first.
When you say Taurus, I'm a Sagittarius. What do you mean by that? Why a Taurus is under attack and not other zodiac? Tourists.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're allowed to say that particular curse word,
sorry.
but I mean, if you get me in trouble, now you're going to have to bail me out. But
all right, I'm sorry.
How crazy is this getting in our country now that criminals are just let right back out on the streets?
It's something that's called a promise to appear. So essentially what happens is they get arraigned, they go in front of a judge, and then the judge says, "Little Johnny, do you promise that you're going to come back? And if you don't come back, sign this paper, and you're going to pay Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, $10,000. Well, FYI, little Johnny doesn't have $10,000, so it's not really worth the paper that it was signed on. You know what I'm saying? But this is a movement.
So they're giving unsecured loans to known criminals.
Exactly.
And they're here in New York, and I'm sure this is going to start happening in other places. Mayor de Blasio is giving people Mets tickets if they show up for their hearing.
Which they're legally required to do.
If you don't show up, you're supposed to get thrown in jail.
Oh, my God.
De Blasio is saying here, if you show up, thank you so much. Go watch
in defense of de Blasio, Mets tickets can be quite a punishment for some people.
That was my point.
Now, so Michelle, just so folks understand, so as John mentioned, here in New York, there's some new laws that are taking effect with respect to bail reform beginning next year. Jersey's already gone in a similar direction. I believe Washington, D.C. has. What is going to be the case here in New York, and how is that different from what we've seen before?
Well, I mean, what's going to happen here in New York is 90% of offenders won't even get arrested. So essentially what's going to happen is they're going to be issued desk appearance tickets. And desk appearance tickets are, I'm the cop, I see you committing a nonviolent crime, let's say desecrating a cemetery, which is only a misdemeanor. Smoking weed is, I don't even think they're going to bother you for smoking weed.
Bother you. Okay.
And then they're just going to give you a ticket, burglarizing a home, vehicular homicide. They're going to give you a ticket to go back to court.
So what if I'm just walking down the street and I lose my mind for a second? I barge into somebody's front door, I smash them over the head with a candlestick, and I rob their iPhone.
Well, as long as it's not considered a violent crime,
so
most
if I don't hurt them too bad.
Right. If you don't hospitalize them too bad, you should be good.
Oh, okay. So we're really opening the door to criminals here.
Oh, recidivists already know about it.
But even for violent felons, right? So let's say you're arrested. Historically, they or their family would have to post bond in order to guarantee that they go back to court. Will they still have to do that in violent crimes come the first of the year?
So violent crimes have remained part of the bailable menu. However, The Cuomo order indicates that the judges are now mandated to even release those on what's called the least restrictive condition. So whereas, Frankie, yesteryear, that violent offender the rape guy might have gotten a $175,000 bond because he's a recidivist, now the judge has to release that offender on the least restrictive condition.
Now, which is no money.
Which most of the time will correlate that way because now there's a menu of 3 options. Either you get out secured, which is a bail bond, you get out on cash, which most people don't have a pocket full, or you get on an unsecured bond, which is thing 3 that I told you that was the pinky promise.
So do they do like, when on this menu you discuss, is there like a Happy Meal? Like, is there like do you get like a gift with it? Or does anything come with fries or a salad?
You
like,
get a supersized order.
But John's joking around, but this is actually a pretty serious problem.
It is very
right?
serious. No, it is.
In New Jersey, which has already implemented a similar type of bail reform measure, how has it worked out over there?
Well, New Jersey is a bunch of liars. So basically, what the truth is,
the whole state,
I gotta ring
especially
the bell.
Nico Romano.
I love it. No, you're right.
They're liars. So basically, we have tried over and over.
Allegedly.
No, they are.
Okay.
So we have tried over and over again to request their information. You know, you give them the freedom of information, and then they tell you fungal. They don't send you anything. So they don't really produce their failure to appear rates, Frankie, which are, from my understanding, over 67%.
Oh, so just so you know, the bail bond queen, Michelle Esquenazi, she said she really only likes gin. So our staff ran out, and although we don't usually provide gin, we got you a gin. And hopefully the gin will limit your references to words that are not supposed to be on television.
Well, I'll take your
I think when you said it,
lipstick stained martini glass.
Take that one.
Yeah.
But no, I know why you're so passionate about this. You've been in the bail business your whole life. I joke around and say you're the bail bond queen, but it's no joke.
Trademark.
I'm saying you are. It's a trademark.
Right.
And it's like, forget about killing business. That's one thing. But we're actually putting, you keep using this term recidivist.
Right.
For those of you who aren't, up on your SAT words, these are people who have multiple infractions. They've been in the correction system multiple times. They're repeat offenders, and they just keep pushing right back out on the street.
Right.
Well, I am curious. Here in New York, we had a little bit of an experiment with this. So there's a place called Rikers Island where most of the people who are there haven't yet been convicted of anything, and there's been some sad stories come out of Rikers, including one young man who didn't end up getting convicted of anything, but stayed there a long time. Then, when he came out, he killed himself after he came out. There was the Robert F. Kennedy Center, I believe it was, that bailed out all these people at Rikers Island. How has it worked out for the people with this grand experiment in bail reform, just paying the bail for all the people at Rikers?
Well, I mean, astonishingly, Frankie, they have not shown up.
You're kidding.
Astonishingly. So what happens when you don't involve grandma and auntie and dad and
cares.
uncle?
No one cares.
They're like, oh, really? Really? Well, I'm not going to go back to court. Come find me, because we're not looking for them. The bail industry is not looking. The bounty hunters aren't out looking for them.
So when grandma or Aunt Tilly or dad or grandpa puts up their house or some property or some cash that they got and their signature, they're like, hey, you better get down there to the courthouse because I don't want to lose my dough.
Honestly, they bring them in. The grandmothers and the mothers, they'll bring them in by their hair.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, they have more to fear from them than they do from the cops and the prosecutors.
Well, one thing you should not fear is the bail bond queen of New Jersey.
New York.
Of New York and New Jersey, okay. Even though New Jersey are liars, right?
They are a series of liars, yeah.
If you're a woman, you should fear the way she dresses, because you can't see the pants she has on right now, but she's on fire. Complete and utter fire. So I can understand how you can be distracting. Maybe the judges don't even want you coming into courtrooms anymore.
Listen, if I were them, I wouldn't either.
And we want to say sorry. Obviously, the greatest bail bondsman ever depicted on cinema was Robert Forster and Jackie Brown, who played a great role. And I know the bail bond industry took his passing quite hard. So sorry about Robert Forster's passing.
Thank you.
Well, if you do get in trouble and you live somewhere in the metropolitan area where you still need bail, You got to go to Empire. You got to go to Michelle Esquenazi. If you can come up with some good collateral, she'll probably give you a bail bond. If not, she'll probably wring your neck because she's
something like that.
Tougher than some of the guys we have on the show. But thank you so much. She's always there for us when it comes to criminal justice. We need to talk about the crazy things these leftists, these liberals, these progressives are doing to let criminals out on the streets. And she's asking for one thing. Let's get some bail. Let's put a collar on them and make sure that they're going to come back and answer for their crimes. Michelle, thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you for watching Liquid Lunch. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more zaniness right after this.